Hey guys, my name is Kai McPhee and I'm a fashion designer based out in New York City, and this is the second look I want to show y'all called The Offering.
Looks up to thee, 'cause you're the only power that can save this world today. You're the only power that can save this world today. Yeah. You're the only power that can save this world today. Yeah. You're the only power that can save this world today. Yeah. Oh, my
Making that video felt like a trauma dump, low key. Um, yeah, I made that whole outfit. Let's just how about this? Let's decompress a little bit. Let's just talk about the outfit for a second. So, starting off with the Showboy hat, business edition. This is made from a men's suit jacket that I thrifted. That's like pine stripe or pinstripe, whatever. Then I also braided right here. This like um wax strand or whatever, and put it on the brim. Then of course added my signature stud details and stuff. Here is the also this pin that I found as well, and then of course a feather with like the brooch on it, and yeah, and then also the lining for this one is actually just the suit jacket because I wanted to kind of honor that original intention of this piece. My next piece is called like the Ultra Buckle Jacket. So quite literally, this is a suit jacket that I deconstructed and then replaced back together with my pattern. It has like cropped elbow length sleeves. This giant belt that I thrifted, my stud detailing. I love my studs. Um, and then yeah, it has a giant belt on it, which you can like close and everything. And then I found these like claps um, at the garment district. And then the skirt, which was the first thing that I started with. It's pretty much made out of a dress pants with the suit jacket overlaid on top, and then the shoulders are like the um, the hip pads, and I added some belts as well, and then I added some tool detailing on the back as well. Now, since that's all out the way, let's talk about my thought process, what that meant, what I was feeling during that time. Um, okay, so starting off, um, I know that for this look, it was coming into Black History Month. I wanted to work with suit jackets. I had these suit jackets I thrifted a whole bunch a few months ago, but I never used it. And yeah, I did think, yeah, black suit jackets, Black History Month. I know, but I definitely did want to use those suit jackets. And I feel like a lot of the pieces that I make in my work, I like to transform to things that are like completely different from what it was intended on being. And my original sketch for this was also, I was just playing with like different like hat silhouettes I want to explore one day. Um, but this is like kind of the look a little bit. It was kind of supposed to be more like a puffy like jacket with like hair hanging from it. with like a bow or like this like pin, and then like the neck was also always gonna be like belted. This is the skirt. Also the skirt kind of just came. Um, oh my God, no, stop. Okay, sorry, I got a text. Okay, um, the skirts, um, the skirt, um, came first. Really, I didn't really design the skirt in terms of like I sketched it first. It's just that I had a suit jacket and some suit pants, and I just made it. And then I started with that piece, and then the next piece I did was the hat, and then the jacket. Um, but then the hat was pretty easy to do. It's pretty much just a black version of the hat that I already made before. And then this is my second sketch for the jacket that I wanted to make. Decided to go a little bit slimmer. I still wanted to include the hair. I still wanted to do the belt. But I wanted like stud detailing going up on the sleeves of the arm. Also always wanted the crop jacket as well. And then this was my other idea that I thought would be really cute if like it was a longer jacket, still with the hair. But as I was making it, I didn't have enough fabric for the arms, so I just cropped the arms. And then as I held the hair to the jacket, I just felt it looked a little tacky, and I didn't like it, so I just scrapped the hair and kept the belt instead. And yeah, that's how it came to be. Now, what was going on in my head during February? One, February was making me think about religion because one, I am participating in Ramadan. Inshallah to all of my brothers and sisters. I am not Muslim. I actually grew up Christian. I grew up Christian for about 20 years of my life. I know the books of the Bible. I know the stories. I know Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Like, there's a whole song about the Bible that I know. And I was an usher. I was very active in the church growing up. My dad was a Sunday school teacher. I sang in the choir. Like, my mom was an usher as well. Like, we were very involved in the church. But as I got older, I can't even remember if there was a time I ever liked the church. Maybe I liked seeing the same people all the time at the church, yes, but I don't think that I ever took like Christianity seriously. To me, it was just like cool stories. But then as I got older, and was able to, have my own agency, I stopped going to church, and it was for multiple reasons. Like the pastor at my church, I didn't really agree with everything he would say all the time. Um, and it would just be things like, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but it would just be things of like, of course, like homophobia. Um, I didn't like how he would talk about other religions and talk about it's like a false god. I just feel like that's like kind of disrespectful. Um, and then also just how my family interacts with Christianity. Um, I'm Baptist Christian, so think like Medea Church, if you know what I mean. Like very like hooting and hollering music. Music is great. I love music, whatever. I was even part of the gospel choir in high school. Um, but yeah, pretty much like how my family interacts with like Christianity is not really my favorite thing in the world, and I definitely have a lot of religious trauma because of that. I'm not gonna trauma dump on the internet. I'm not doing that. But yeah, pretty much. After stepping away from Christianity like last year, I was like thinking to myself, last month, which was February, that like, what if I did all those things that I did in Christianity, but moved it more toward myself? If I could like name my religion, I guess, or just name what I believe in, just look up like pantheism. That's like the thing that I feel like I'm a little bit more closely aligned with, but not fully. I just want to have my own type of definition of what it means to be spiritual for myself. Um, but anyway, one of the things I thought about was like when I was Christian, we had the idea of like surrendering to God, right? Um, and I thought to myself, like, what if I like surrendered to myself? Like, what if I surrendered to who I was and allowed myself to be who I was? But also at the same time, I acknowledge that like with like surrendering, you're gonna have to face some things that you may not want to see, and confront things that you may have buried. Um, so that's kind of like with surrenderance, it's the cost of like transformation. And I feel like with these suit jackets, when I first saw them, well, suit jackets in general remind me of the church. It reminds me of the men in my church. It reminds me of the deacons. And I never really liked being with all the guys at my church. Like when there was like men's retreats or when I had to sit on the all men's choir, I didn't really enjoy it. I felt pretty uncomfortable. Older black men, where I grew up, I can say that they can be pretty ignorant on certain topics, of course. I didn't feel the most comfortable to be myself. I had to, lock up certain parts of myself. Example, my femininity to be around these people. And I felt like a lot of times when I was at church, I had to like perform to be like a version of myself that I wasn't, or a version of myself that would be accepted by everyone in my church. So with this look, I thought like, like I want to take that same, symbol of like the suit jacket and like the church and everything and transform it into like a more feminine structure where I can still feel like powerful and like strong in my femininity. And yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, like how I was feeling through the look. Um, But yeah, and for the video, the song is a gospel song, and I personally like that song. I still listen to gospel music. Listen, the gospel music is a beautiful, beautiful genre. But also, even with that song, I feel like they're not specifically talking about just like God. I think they're just talking about like connection and wanting to be with self and all that. And I really love those lyrics. And I just had a vision of just like flashing lights and me changing, and the frustration that comes with like change, but then the acceptance that also comes with change, but also allowing yourself to surrender to the change. So yeah, this look was just really just about me surrendering to myself, and a part of myself that I wanted to explore was just like that femininity. um and yeah, so yeah, and of course, like with all of my clothes, I always have references toward the 70s, the 80s. Um, I don't know why, but the outfit reminded me of like a church outfit, like a woman's church outfit that I would have seen. Of course, not with the open chest, but like maybe they had a shirt under it, but like it just reminded me of like a woman's, church outfit. Um, so yeah, I usually just, make references toward how I grew up, my own personal experiences, black people that I grew up around, what I saw. Um, and yeah, just kind of just translated all into this look. So yeah, um, I want to say thank y'all for sticking around. Y'all showed the first look so much love, and I receive all that love, and I appreciate all that love. And I hope that y'all can feel my love for my clothing, and y'all can have that love as well. But yeah, this is look 2, and now we're on look 3. Right now it is March, so I now have to start look 3. I'm really excited for that. I already know what I want to do. I'm going to try something that I haven't done before. Um, but yeah, I really hope that y'all are enjoying this series. Like, it's gonna be like a whole yearly thing, and I'm gonna say it here, but I'm actually planning on dropping a photo book with all the looks and everything, and I also want to do. That's it, actually. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy this look. Please let me know how it made you feel. Yeah, I think I love YouTube a little bit more than any of the other platforms because y'all will sit down and type, and I appreciate that. And I do read most of the comments, and I don't know, I feel like YouTube got a little bit more heart than the other apps. So, yeah, please stick around for March. If you're new here, hey, what's up, hello. Um, and yeah, I will see you next month. All right. Bye.